Good morning, beloved people. Please rise as you are able and join us in singing, "Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place."
Yes, definitely the Lord is in this place. Because you are the living, breathing experience of God. Take a moment to just go to your heart space and affirm that the perfect and right people are here today and on Zoom. And just picture someone that you miss, that you like to be here, and hold them in your heart. Send them love. As we create the resonant field of love, the resonant field of harmony, the resonant field of unity right here, right now, as a living, breathing God that you are. And will you affirm that I am open and receptive to the inflow and outpouring of everything, God, and so it is. Amen.
So it is. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water.
'Cause God's gonna trouble. God's gonna trouble the water. Who's that yonder? The rest is where God's gonna trouble. Well, it must be the children that Moses left, and God's gonna trouble. You got to wade in the water. Ooh, now, you gotta wade in the water and wade. You got to wade in the water. God's gonna trouble. Come on, keep. Yonder and they're dressed in white. God's gonna trouble. You know that it must be the children of the Israelites. God's gonna trouble. You come on and wait. You gotta wait. You gotta wait on the wall. You gotta wait on the wall. 'Cause God's gonna trouble. Well, now, who those children, they're dressed in blue. God's gonna trouble the water. You know, must be the children and they're coming through. 'Cause God's gonna trouble. Come on and wait. You gotta wait, you gotta wait, you gotta wait in the water. Oh, now, gotta wait in the water. 'Cause God's gonna trouble. You got to wait in the water. You gotta wait, you gotta wait, you gotta wait in the water. Oh, now you gotta wait in the water. 'Cause God's gonna trouble. God's gonna trouble the wall. God's gonna trouble the wall. Yeah, God's gonna trouble the wall.
Thank you, Miss Lisa Plumley, Keith Bickford, and John Hyde on piano, and we have Mike Avery on drums. So, what are we going to choose today? We're going to choose heaven? Yeah, we're going to choose heaven? I'm choosing heaven today.
I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now. I'm choosing heaven today.
Everybody sing that with us. I'm choosing heaven.
I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now. I'm choosing heaven today. Love. I'm choosing love today. Oh yeah. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of heaven right now. I'm choosing love today. I'm today. I am walking the road of heaven right now. Singing, I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now. Singing, I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven right now.
Wow, thank you, Meg and Unity Choir and musicians. Awesome. I'm choosing heaven today. Welcome. Good morning. Welcome to Unity on the River. My name is Tom Paolini, and I will be your guest speaker for today. Is there anyone here celebrating with us for the first time? Oh, look at that. Thank you for being here. We just know that we welcome all paths to God, and your presence here enriches us and blesses us. So thank you for being here. So Unity on the River, our core values, we are a center of celebration, inspiration, spirit-centeredness, oneness, and joy. So let's hold these values in our hearts while we say our mission and vision. Our vision, centered in love, we joyously co-create a world of oneness, peace, and harmony. And our mission, we are a vibrant spiritual community that celebrates the presence in all and awakens humanity to its divinity.
So now is the time in our service when we greet each other in love. And if it feels comfortable for you to stand and turn to your neighbors and with a bow, just say, Namaste, I see you. Good morning. So with that, you may be seated. Bless you and welcome every one of you. And we invite Brian up. Brian Dozer. When Tom told us what he was speaking on today, the Beatitudes, we looked around for songs that may bring that message really fully forward. The merciful shall inherit the earth. And I found this one, and wait till you hear it. Brian cut his finger trying to even play it.
Song had attitude. I thought it was the last song today for some reason. I didn't look at the order. Oops. It's very, chill.
That's the new string he broke.
Yeah, I've never sliced I sliced my finger taking a crooked string off. All right, sorry. It's a little out of my wheelhouse, so hope you enjoy it. Oh, blessed are the poor in spirit. Theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are all those who mourn. They will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are all those who thirst for righteousness. They're the ones who will be filled evermore, filled forevermore. Blessed are the merciful, they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, they will see God. Blessed are the ones who bring peace, they will be called children of God. Blessed are the ones who've endured persecution, living for all that is right. There is a kingdom, and when they're falsely accused, they can rejoice, evermore rejoice. And their reward, and great can be the reward for you and me. Blessed are the poor in spirit, theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are all those who mourn, they will be comforted. Amen.
So, Tom Paolini doesn't need a lot of introduction. He's been with us for many, many, many years as an inspirational teacher. He's been going to school to teach the unity message for many years, and he is now a licensed LUT, licensed unity teacher. So he comes to us with a wonderful message. Please put your hands, give a blessing to Tom.
Thank you, Meg, and thank you for taking all the pressure off me with that song. That was amazing. How about that, huh? The amazing Beatitudes. So as Meg said, I've been a student of unity for quite some time. And really one of the first authors that I was introduced to was Eric Butterworth. Eric Butterworth was a prolific unity minister in the mid-50s and 60s, all the way up until the day he died in 2003. So he was born 1916 to 2000 and died in 2003. Interesting fact about him is that both his mother and his sister were unity ministers. And when Eric Butterworth started his ministerial training in Missouri at the Unity Village, the war broke out, World War II. And so he left school, joined the Army, and became a medic, and then came back after the war and finished his schooling. And he started 4 churches, one in Detroit, which was at the time, the largest unity church that had over 2,000 people. He started one in New York, and they would meet at Carnegie Hall. And then finally at the Lincoln Center. And his book, Discover the Power Within You, and I touched on this last month, was also one of Maya Angelou's favorite authors, as well as Oprah. But today I want to talk about a chapter in a book called The Amazing Beatitudes. And Eric Butterworth does a great job in explaining the Beatitudes. And the Beatitudes means the supreme blessing or the blessing. And I've always loved the Beatitudes just because the prose that it resonates and it just rolls off the tongue. But I think everything that starts with the word blessed, is kind of like, okay, this is going to be good. But then the rest of it for me was always just kind of lost in translation. But Eric Butterworth tells us that when we want to know the basic philosophy of a scientist or a scholar or a politician, we study their speeches. And so if we want to know Jesus, the really only speech that is attributed that they can say was recorded was the Sermon on the Mount. And it was well detailed in Matthew chapters 5 through 7. Luke touched a little bit on it in his gospel. But what was Jesus saying? He wasn't declaring law. He wasn't saying you have to do this, you must do this. He was offering an invitation in how to be, how to show up. States of consciousness, states of mind. He was declaring truth, capital T truth. So we start with, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And so if we think of the word spirit today, it's saying, well, how can you be poor in spirit and go to heaven? But at the time, the root in the language, the root word for spirit was pride. So today we might call it ego or pride. So if we look at just the literal sense, we might say being poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. If I patiently wait through poverty today, then in some future heaven, I'm going to get my reward. And I can remember my mother telling me, whenever I would complain about having to do an extra chore or giving something up for my brothers or sisters, or not being able to go somewhere because there was 10 kids in the family and she couldn't take everybody, was that you'll get your reward in heaven. Never quite cut it for me. So spirit comes from the root word pride or ego, and heaven comes from a Greek root that means expanding. So to be poor in spirit or pride means to empty yourself of the desire to exercise personal will in your quest for self-realization. That really resonates with me. Release my desire to exercise personal will. I'm going to bolt through this, and I'm going to be the best damn spiritual person I can be. Yeah. And I'm going to know everything there is to know about God and what there is about spirit. That never worked for me. So you cannot achieve an understanding of God through the intellect alone. So blessed are they who can let go of an attempt to understand intellectually and who accept the things of spirit as a little child. Blessed are they who are open-minded and willing to renounce preconceived notions and prejudices and entertain a new concept of life. So if we put that into an affirmation, I am open and receptive to the inflow and outpouring of all there is in God. I am open and receptive to the inflow and outpouring of all there is in God. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. So this would usually be interpreted to mean you are blessed to have this tragedy. For your reward, it will come in a future heaven. Or it's God's will. Be comforted knowing that God has a plan for you. But that's not what Jesus was saying. He's telling us that there's two ways we can come into knowledge of the truth. We can experience the release and experience the releasement of our inner power. So we can let go of the belief we are cursed or doomed, or this always happens to me in this situation or life. We can let that go and let our Christ self emerge for guidance. Or we can resist the truth of our divinity until our life is devastated by the fruits of our wrong thinking. You know the saying, the proverbial 2x4. So when I'm so down and out that I can't see any other way, I finally have to let go of what I think is happening here. I have to let go of all of my preconceived notions and my beliefs and try a different way. So it's an affirmation. I am grateful for challenges that lead me beyond my humanness to remember my truth and evolve in consciousness. I'm grateful for challenges that lead me beyond my humanness to remember my truth and evolve in consciousness. My friend Annie Breyer has a wonderful saying when something occurs is I wonder, if I break down on the side of the road, I wonder who I'm going to meet. I wonder what good will come from this experience. I just always found that really refreshing. What a refreshing way to look at things, in wonder. So blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. So I think that most of us who berate ourselves or belittle ourselves should be rich by now, right? Shouldn't the 99% be the 1% and the 1% be the 99%? But Jesus wasn't talking about beating up on ourselves. He wasn't saying belittle yourself. He was talking about our missteps. He wasn't talking about meekness as an approach to humanness. He was talking about, I of myself can do nothing. He was talking about allowing oneness, allowing your divine inheritance to come forth. So in unity, we talk about divine substance as the realm of divine ideas. Or as Reverend Paul Hasselbeck, one of the metaphysical guru of our time, likes to say that divine idea, the realm of divine ideas, it's the idea of ideas. It's infinite. It's infinite. And so the definition of divine order is mind, idea, expression. One mind, the realm of divine ideas, my mind aligning with divine mind. I am one with all there is, so I can basically download the idea. Then we chunk it down to the idea that I need, the idea that suits, the idea that resonates, and then taking the steps in that direction. So we have to let go of the sense of littleness, the sense of lack, the sense of limitation, to realize that there's something bigger, there's something more powerful within me, within you. And so as an affirmation, I let go of preconceived notion of lack or limitation as I align with the greater power I am. I let go of any preconceived notion of lack or limitation as I align with the greater power I am. Blessed are they that hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. So this interpretation of righteousness in the old church, the way I was brought up, that if I carry my Bible and I go to church and I wear a tie, I'm being righteous. And I can look down on everyone else who's not doing this because I'm the righteous one, right? I go to church. I'm good. I'm a good person because I go to church and I have a Bible and I even know how to read it. And if you don't do that, then you know what happens. Okay? So Jesus is not talking about that. Jesus is talking about righteousness as right thinking. Right thinking. So to hunger and thirst for right thinking, it's the desire to change, the desire to see things right. Desire to see things through my divine eyes, through my divine heart, through my divine mind, at a deeper level. So when I first started taking classes, and you might have heard this story, I was in my first metaphysics class with Reverend Shipley. And it was even before the book came out, Heart-Centered Metaphysics. So she had mimeographed mimeograph, you can tell you how old I am. Photocopied some pages of the book that we used. And there were some, seasoned true students in that class, and they could rattle off absolute mind and absolute truth and, the relative truth. And I was completely lost. Now, I had already decided to give up my concept of God years ago, and had stopped praying and all of that because it didn't work for me. And that's when I found Unity to take these classes. So I just really, really wanted to know. And I was driving home that night after class, and I called on to Jesus, and I said, Jesus, just sit right here in my truck and just show me yourself. Show me that you exist. Show me it's real. Give me the burning bush. I mean, my name is Thomas, so, I needed to see, I needed to feel. And it didn't happen. And so eventually, and it was even during that class, I finally just said, okay, then let me see the God and the good in everyone. Just let me see the divine. Let me see that in every person, in everything. And that was kind of a clear moment for me, is that's what I was looking for. So as an affirmation, I seek beyond physical sense perception to see the divinity in all. I seek beyond the physical to see the divine. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. And again, this seems like being merciful, you're going to receive your reward in heaven. You're going to receive your reward at a future time. That when you get to heaven, God's going to say, all right, well, you did this, 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 and this, but because you were merciful to this person and that person, then I'm going to forgive you. I'm going to let you in. And it's a tough one. Because when Jesus said, love your enemies and pray for those that despitefully use you, we have to be careful not to go back to our righteousness, right? We have to be careful not to say, I forgive you. I'm going to let you off the hook on this one because I'm a better person, right? In my mind, I may not say that, but that's, okay, I'm going to be the righteous one here. But it's not what Jesus was saying. It's as a state of mind, where your thinking is, where your actions are, is where you are. So if we are to be merciful in forgiveness, it's knowing there's nothing to forgive. It's knowing that I don't need you to be a certain way in order for me to know peace. I don't need the world to be a certain way in order for me to know harmony. I have to be there first. It starts with me. Or if I can see my own insecurities around that and realize I'm projecting onto you, then I can affirm. I center my thoughts upon wholeness and oneness and know my true power. I center my thoughts upon wholeness and oneness and know my true power. Blessed are the poor in heart, for they shall see God. So through the senses, as Eric Butterworth tells us and reminds us, that through the senses we see good and evil. And a few weeks back, we heard Stephanie Roy talk about good and evil and how good and evil are really on the same plane. It's on just different levels of vibration. And it's such a great explanation because we can always see in ourselves thoughts and how they resonate. Are we always operating from a plane of all good, all the time, all God? I get to say I'm not. So through our past, we predict the future. and through our perception of how we think things should be, how people should be, in our embedded beliefs and judgments and perceptions, is how we decide. So to see God is to see the divine in all. To see God is to see the divine in all. What we see in God consciousness, we see beyond appearances. So blessed are the poor and blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Becomes when you are unalterably convinced that there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in all, then you see God in everyone. When you're unalterably convinced. And it always brings up that term of faith, because faith is that really obscure word for me that says, okay, I believe, but do I really believe? So I believe that I believe. Let me start there. I have faith that I have faith. I have faith that my faith works. Because I am human and I am going to try to rationalize things. And I have to realize what I'm doing. So when you do this, you're not seeing things as they are, but as you are. So as an affirmation, I see the world as I am, in spiritual unity with all. I see the world as I am, in spiritual unity with all. So blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. So Eric Butterworth tells us that we have so long functioned on the level of our humanity, it is difficult for us to acknowledge anything greater in ourselves. And I always think of, the gurus that I admire, the teachers that I admire, the ones that I really look up to, like they've got it. People that have healed themselves through catastrophes, saying, well, they really are one with God. They know their purpose. They know who they are. And so I believe it in them. I believe they can do it. I believe you can do it. I can believe you can do it. But I'm still looking at my own humanity and my littleness. And that's where I need to come to terms with. Always looking outside of ourselves is easier to see it in others than it is in ourselves. But if it's true for you, it's got to be true for me. And if it's true for me, it's got to be true for you. So we need to know that we can resolve our frustrations. The peace we desire indeed in the world is already present within. We become peacemakers in the process of expressing it by being it. So as an affirmation, I am a radiant center of peace and love. I am a radiant center of peace and love. The final, blessed are they that have been persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall reproach you and persecute you and say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets that were before you. So we're really talking about martyrdom here, right? Accepting martyrdom with a kind of stoic passivity. All right, I can take it. And there's times when we do have to stand with our values, right? We do have to stand for what's right and accept the results and stay in our goodness and not in moral superiority. In unity teaching, some of our situations, we might go to victim consciousness, or maybe victor. I can take it because God's got my back, you know. So Eric Butterworth reminds us that the persecution comes in our mind. The emphasis is on attitude. It deals with our thinking. When we set a course for right thinking, when we begin a program of discipline and self-restraint, we invariably run into cross currents of static thought. Right? So when we begin a program of discipline and self-restraint, we invariably run into cross currents of static thoughts. And Eric Butterworth talks about in physics, inertia. A body in motion is in motion until an equal or opposite force reacts to it, right? Did I get that right, David? Pretty close. Yeah. A body in motion stays in motion until an equal or more excessive force reacts. Close enough, right? She asked me to say it again, so I said, right? Or if it's at rest, it'll stay at rest until something opposes it, right? So it's the same with our, spiritual discipline. It's the same. In unity, we have a saying called chemicalization. Have you heard that term, chemicalization? Emily Cady had coined this phrase, and she was one of the early teachers of unity. And chemicalization is like comparing when you add vinegar and another solution and it bubbles up, the two don't mix. So when I'm trying to let my current belief go, I'm trying to let that go, and I'm trying to move into the direction of my teachings and my new core beliefs and values, there's going to be some reaction. I'm going to feel it. It's called, pushback, right? It's an opposing force. So Eric Butterworth tells us that the temptation in the inertial pull of limited states of consciousness, resisting the upward reach of man's higher aspirations. So temptation is the inertial pull. And Jesus is saying, don't worry about this. Don't fight it. You are blessed because the persecution, the thought, represents the first reaction to the external force. And that force is the divine origin. It's not easy letting go of our ego. It's not easy letting go of our humanness, right? Because this is what I know. I know this. I don't know that. It's not tangible. So in John 4:4, greater is he that is within you than he that is within your world. So as an affirmation, in my quest to see things right, I look past my humanity to a deeper awareness of my divine potential. In my quest to see things right, I look past my humanity to a deeper awareness of my divine potential. So, to recap, the Beatitudes, I am open, receptive to the inflow and outpouring of all there is in God. I'm grateful for challenges that lead me beyond my humanness to remember my truth and evolve in consciousness. I let go of any preconceived notion of lack or limitation as I align with the greater power I am. I seek beyond physical sense perception to see the divinity in all. I center my thoughts upon wholeness and oneness and know my true power. I see the world as I am, spiritual unity with all. I am a radiant center of peace and love in my quest to see things right. I look past my humanity to a deeper awareness of my divine potential. And I finish with Corinthians 1:3-16. Know ye not that ye are a temple of God, and the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? Thank you. Please get comfortable for meditation as Meg and the music team brings us in.
Thank you for that beautiful message, Tom. So just removing everything from your laps, and you take time now to go in the silence and consider all that we've heard. And let Lisa take us in with this beautiful song.
In the silence I shall go, in the stillness there's a knowing, in the presence of divine love. I am loved, I am loved. Shemaya, Shemaya, Shemaya. In the silence I shall go, in the stillness there's a knowing, in the presence of divine love. I am loved, I am loved. Shemaya,
Just in a moment, letting go of any thoughts and dropping down to your heart space, center of love. And if you will, I invite you to just bring in someone that you have deep gratitude, deep love, deep appreciation for. Just bring them into your consciousness. Feel them in your heart. And then just picture them, if you will, surrounded by light in a white glow. And then from their heart to your heart, see that light coming into your heart. Feel that light filling your entire body with light, the warm glow, the warmth, the love, the appreciation coming back into you, coming back to your heart. And in this moment, realize the light I receive is the light I give. The love I receive is the love I give, that I am the radiant center of light. I am the radiant center of love. I am the peace. I am the harmony. I am the joy. Just bask in that glow. And as you bring your mind back to the present moment, affirm to yourself, I am the radiant center of love. I am the radiant center of light. I am peace. I am love. I am joy. I am.
In the silence I shall go. In the stillness there's a knowing. In the presence of divine love, I am loved. I am loved. Shemaya, 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 Shemaya.
And in this resonance, we also, let's send out love to everyone that could use our prayers. We're thinking of Lisa Paolini, and who else? Anyone want to say some names? Just
Sharon's mother.
Sharon's mother. Yeah. Elizabeth. We send these prayers out to everyone who needs them, anyone who's sick and suffering, all those in recovery or who are suffering with addiction. We think of them all and bless them.
Also know that we have with us today a prayer chaplain. Lacey, thank you. So if you have a request or a need that you would like to hold in prayer, whether it's a celebration or a desire, Lacey would be happy to pray with you, and know that all prayers are held in strictest of confidence. And we see your light. Thank you. So now it's time to prepare our tithes and offerings. So if you would get ready, and we'll say our blessing, and know that we can give either by check or by credit card. We can text give, right? The number is in the bulletin. You can Venmo. And you Zoomers can push the button donate, and you can also donate online on our website. So together, as you either hold your tithe in your hand or in your mind, if you've already given or if you give, let's say the blessing together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
I got everything I need to be happy. I got love, I got laughter, I got what's left of my sanity. I got John on piano and Brian on guitar. I got Lisa singing happily. I got everything that I need to be happy. I got everything that I need to be happy. I got shoes and I got a roof. I must have prosperity. Yeah, yeah. I got the birds in the water and the sweet blue sky. Got my heart sings everything in my mind. I got everything that I need to be happy. I got nothing if I don't have myself. And if I'm not grateful for all God's graces, what good is money? What good is wealth? I got it. I got nothing to cheat if I don't have myself. And if I'm not grateful for all God's graces, what good is money? What good is wealth? I got everything to be happy. Yes, I got love, and I got laughter, and I got what's left of my sanity. I got John on piano and Keith on guitar. I got this beautiful choir and all of my beautiful congregational friends and family in the whole world that I love so dearly. I got everything I need. I got everything I need. I got everything I need to be happy. Do I?
Also, we would like to invite our board members to stand if they are present. Malik, Jeremy, Jane, thank you. Thank you for your service. We appreciate you. And Stan, our operations manager, thank you. And Brad, thank you. So it is in gratitude that we receive these gifts. We receive these gifts openly in love, as we know that they have been given openly with love. We see these gifts going off to help Unity on the River thrive. A portion of these gifts go to our Unity Village and to our local Homeless shelters? Thank you. And so it is.
So now we have some announcements, and we invite Annabelle. Beautiful Annabelle, thank you. Yay.
I was like, what's that noise? Hi, everyone. Let me see if I... There we go. Hi, everyone. It's so much fun to see everyone here. We have so many people today. It's wonderful. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out. So what a wonderful service. We're going to have a wonderful service next week, too, because for November 14th, we have Stephanie Roy. So come on back for that. And then we have a bunch of events coming up for November. First of all, we have in the works a Thanksgiving potluck, which is scheduled for the 24th at 6 p.m. And the location right now is TBD, but Barbara and Stan and a few others are working to put it together. And so Barbara, who is right back there, so she's waving. Give a round of applause for Barbara. But she will have a sign-up sheet right at the back, so if you want to sign up for the potluck to make your own Thanksgiving dish and bring it, you can sign up with her after the service. And then Jane, who is on the board, is going to be leading kind of a team of volunteers to set up and break down for the Thanksgiving. And so you can either email her or email the main Unity email to get in touch to volunteer. And we might also have an open mic after that. So stay tuned for details. Maybe think about a talent you want to show off, showcase. And then, so we'll have Nancy right now give an announcement about the Wreath Auction.
Good morning, Unity and Zoom people at home. After Tom's talk, I wondered how a wreath auction will be, but I let go of all the perceived notions and outcomes, and it's going to be even better this year. So I've already gotten 13 plus wreaths donated, or people signed up to donate. One is a basket, so it doesn't have to be a wreath. It can be a spray, a decoration. The sky's the limit as long as it's seasonal. It's not too late to sign up, so I'm going to pass the sheet around again. Collection is going to start next week because we want to display them at Renee's studio and take pictures and start the bidding. The bidding is going to be online or by email, and we'll keep track of it somehow. That hasn't been determined yet. But you can drop off your finished wreaths as early as next week at church, or I'm going to be at Renee's on Wednesdays, and she has a studio in Amesbury, and the information is in the contest connection to call her ahead of time to let us know that you're coming. And talking about generosity of the universe, this came from Annie. This is little things that you can put on your wreath to donate, and you can come and pick through for that after service, and watch for more details for the bidding and in the Constant Connection and in social media. We hope the bids are going to be collected and the sale closed by the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and it sounds like it's going to work out well if we're having an event on the 24th, that we can clean everything up and maybe collect some of the money or bring the wreaths so people can pick them up. So it's all coming together, and that's exciting. So see me after service if you have any other further questions. Thank you.
So it's getting cold out, and there's a coat drive happening from the social justice team right now. So I'm not sure how many people from the social justice team are here, but I know Andrea's here. So they have been collecting coats for the past few weeks, and also market basket gift cards that can be used for Thanksgiving dinners. And they're going to be collecting coats until the 14th. So if you have any donations, you can just bring them to the service on the 14th, or you can contact Andrea after the service or email her if you have any donations. And then this is for people who attend virtually, so kind of looking at you Zoomers and streamers. And if you would like to be part of the virtual viewing email list, you can contact me. We're just going to be
giving updates about the services and discussing. So if you often, kind of occasionally, watch services on YouTube, Zoom, or Facebook Live, then you can contact me for that. And then lastly, we are so grateful. We've had a few people sign up to be volunteers, and a few people are here today who are volunteering at the service. So if I know you guys both are volunteering, so how about you guys stand up and we're just going to give them a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We are so grateful to you guys. And then lastly, to donate to UOTR, you can text GIVE to 833-706-4337. We are so grateful and appreciate your generosity. It helps us stay around. And we're going to finish up with our last few songs.
And I have one quick announcement that we are going to have a Christmas concert. And it's going to be December, the week before Christmas. What is that, the 19th? Yes, and so if you want to be in the choir or, to sing with us, we will be meeting for an hour after service for the last Sunday in November and the first two Sundays in December before, to really get ready for that. So we'll have 3 rehearsals. So join us. If you can talk, you can sing, and we welcome singers to sing the joy of the season with us. So it'll be here, yes, here, and it'll be at from 5 to 6:30 on Sunday afternoon, because we are available in the space. They've graciously offered it to us, so hope to see you there. All right, so Love and Trust, here we go. Gorgeous Mavis Staples.
Simplest things can be the hardest to do. Can't find what you're looking for when it's looking for you. Yeah, the judge and the criminal, sinner and saint, got something in common, bring it all to you. Do what you can, do what you must. Everybody's trying to find some love and trust. I walk the line, I walk it for us. See me out here trying to find some love and trust. Yeah! Come on, join us. Well, Lord, staying at a fender, he'd steal out from a thief. Storm after storm, leave you shaking like a leaf. Say broken hearts make the world go round. Heartache for heartache, I wanna get you down. Give it some time, don't try to rush. Out here trying to find some love and trust. Do what you can, do what you must. Everybody's trying to find some love and trust. Love and trust. Love and trust. Like a horse in a race who don't want his gun, like an executioner who won't fire his gun, like a boxer who won't take a swing, just like a prince who don't want to be king. Haven't we all suffered enough? Now we're all here trying to find some love and trust. Do what you can, do what you must. Everybody's trying to find some love
lovely. Thank you. I also want to say that Lisa has some CDs here, so please come right on up and say hi to her and get some. Get one. Thank you. So now it's time for Let There Be Peace on Earth. If you want to hold hands energetically, or if you have a partner that you feel comfortable just holding the hands of the whole world, we'll sing our peace song.
The light of God surrounds us.
We are the light of God.
The love of God enfolds us.
We are the love of God.
The presence of God watches over us.
We are the presence of God.
And the power of God protects us.
We are the power of God.
And we are also the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And we are richly blessed.
We